if you've read bodybuilding magazines or looked at various videos on YouTube and so on and so forth, you've probably seen or read articles about how you can use certain exercises to affect certain parts of the muscle. For example, let's take tricep muscle, the muscle on the back of the arm over here, the tricep. Tricep muscle is so named because tri means three, so the triceps has three different muscle heads: lateral, medial, and long. The thinking is that by changing the angle of certain exercises, you can affect specific heads of the tricep. For example, let's say you're a long head of the tricep, which is what gives you the sweep under the arm, is the long head. Let's say it's lagging. According to this idea of targeting individual parts of a muscle, you can more strongly affect the long head by doing certain exercises that involved or target, or let's say work the fibers more thoroughly in the long head than compared to other exercises, which maybe work the other two heads of the tricep more thoroughly. Now, a lot of people will point out that, well, the tricep only has a specific innervation. In other words, the nerves that activate the tricep should theoretically activate all three heads at once. So this is where the controversy lies. Can you actually isolate individual parts of a muscle by doing, let's say, certain isolation exercises? Now, what's the answer to this question? First of all, let me point out that when you do any type of, again, let's talk about the triceps. Anytime you do any type of tricep exercise, you will actually work all three heads of the tricep. But depending on what the exercise is, the specific exercise, and the angle or the type of exercise that you do, you can actually, according to science studies, you actually can target more thoroughly certain parts of the triceps. I'll give you an example of that. Well, let's talk about this study. I actually wrote about this study. This is a 2012 study from the European Journal of Applied Physiology, and they wanted to see if a certain tricep exercise can more thoroughly work certain parts of the triceps. So what they did is they used a magnetic resonance imaging, which basically involves a type of apparatus that gives a cross-section of the muscle, and also and can show which parts of the muscle are actually being worked. And they also use electromyography, which measures the electrical activity of the muscle. I don't want to go into details about the technical aspects of that, especially for the people that have short attention spans and ask me to do 30-second videos. I'm already over time. It's now 3 minutes. So anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this study had 12 bodybuilders or recreational exercises do lying dumbbell tricep exercise, French press, where you just lie down, bring the dumbbells like this, right? All right. Now, what they found after doing these two testing measures, they found that the distal part of the tricep, or the tricep that's let's say further up the arm, wasn't worked very well at all in this particular exercise. However, the what they call the medial and the proximal, which is the kind of meaty part of the tricep, was worked very thoroughly when you do that particular type of lying tricep extension. Now, let's say you want to get the long head of the tricep. What you do there is they found that any exercise where your arms are overhead, like an overhead French press like this, single arm dumbbell tricep like this, which is a favorite of Arnold, that thing specifically hits the long head of the tricep. And again, the long head of the tricep, that's what gives you the big sweep under the arm that makes your tricep really look thick. Also, any type of standing tricep pulley extension, push downs, also gets the long head. Now, you might say, well, what exercise will get all three heads of the tricep equally? Well, it turns out, according to MRI imaging, any type of parallel dip, or the tricep dip where your elbows are back there, that gets all three heads of the tricep equally. And another example is a recent study involving the hamstrings or leg biceps, looked at two of the most popular hamstring exercises. This study was from 2015, and they looked at the actual muscle activation when you do these two different exercises for the hamstrings. The two exercises were the seated leg curl I'm sorry, lying leg curl. That's the common leg bicep exercise, and stiff-legged deadlifts. Uh, People often advise you to do both exercises because they point out that the hamstrings, leg bicep, attach at both the bottom part and the top part. Basically has two attachments, so you should do these two different types of exercises. But what this study found was, while both stiff-legged deadlifts and lying leg curls, while they both affect the upper hamstrings, it turns out that to get the lower part of the hamstrings, you have to do lying leg curls. So what does that mean, practically speaking? It means that you probably want to do both exercises. I've often, when I competed in bodybuilding contests, when I worked my hamstrings with leg curls, I always finished off the workout by doing stiff-legged deadlifts, and it gave me that kind of like really prominent leg bicep look for when you turn to the side. If you like that look, when the bodybuilders turn to the side, when you have that real thick looking leg with the leg bicep sticking out like an arm bicep, you get that by doing stiff-legged deadlifts after you do your leg curl exercises. So I could go on and on and on, but I'll give you one more example. Biceps. Now, if you do the regular bicep curl, you're basically affecting the what they call the medial head. And the bicep again, bi means two, so the bicep is a two-headed muscle. Now, you do regular barbell curls or dumbbell curls like this, you're affecting the medial head more than the other head. The other head's called the long head, or I'm sorry, lateral head of the biceps. So regular bicep curls will affect the medial head, gives you like a thick biceps. However, if you want to get the long head of the bicep and the brachialis, what you do is you do a curl like what they call Zottman curl, where you keep your thumbs up. You do a curl like this, a dumbbell curl, or you could do reverse curls. This will get the long head of the bicep. So again, if we sum it all up, when you're training biceps, you want to do various types of curls will emphasize different parts of the bicep. Now, if you develop the long head of the bicep, you'll also get a much better looking arm when you see it from the rear. That nice cut in the back that you see in highly developed bodybuilders. You get that. That's the long head of the bicep and the brachialis. You get that from, again, doing the curls with this position with the thumbs up. So the answer to the question of can you target specific parts of the muscle with different exercises is absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. It doesn't mean that you won't be working the other parts of the muscle, but by varying your angles and your exercises, you can target specific areas. And the way genetics are, the weak areas of muscle vary with individuals. Some guys might have very well developed medial parts of the bicep. Other guys are maybe lacking in the long head. By doing these varying exercises, they could bring it up to par and wind up with much more complete development. Okay? So again, vary your exercises. This is the reason why you probably want to do at least maybe 1 or 2 up to 3 exercises per muscle group. It's very difficult to get, although like I said, certain exercises like the parallel dips for the tricep do get all parts of the muscle. But basically, for variety purposes and for full developmental purposes, it's best to do a variety of exercises. You don't have to do 20 exercises. I would say 3 exercises will cover, as long as they're varied in their angle and their execution. Like, for example, tricep, you do a lying tricep, then you could do a overhead or one-arm dumbbell, then you could do a tricep press down. You'll be getting the entire tricep, all of them, and you'll get complete muscle development. Now, for more information about exercise science, nutrition, anti-aging, hormonal therapy, fat loss research, ergogenic aids, supplements, there is no better source anywhere on the internet. No magazine can equal my Applied Metabolics newsletter, www.appliedmetabolics.com. Now, the thing that makes this newsletter stand out, and I call it a newsletter, but it's more like an ebook, because each month it's 40 to 50 pages, total information, evidence-based, no BS, no lies. Now, the thing that makes it stand out is it's 100% truth. There's no lying. There's no nonsense. Everything is backed up by scientific evidence. And I also add my empirical experience which is 54 years of training, things I've learned, I incorporate into the newsletter. If you read my newsletter, you'll be extremely well informed about all aspects of exercise and nutrition, and you'll know the truth. You'll save money on supplements. You'll speed up fat loss. You'll also increase your health, because I have articles on, for example, preventing cancer, heart disease. This is the way to go. www.appliedmetabolics.com. Subscribe today. And I will answer questions from subscribers only. I have an email portal on my Applied Metabolics site, which is reserved for my subscribers. It's not reserved for people that watch these videos and aren't subscribers, who, if you ask me questions, they'll simply be ignored, because my subscribers come first. They're supporting my work, so I am going to answer their questions. I don't answer unsolicited questions. I'm sorry. That's the way it works. And neither does anyone else who has any bit of knowledge, by the way. So that's it. If you want to have the best friend you'll ever find, go to your local shelter, get yourself a dog. They're the best. They're the greatest. I had a little bit of a fight with my dog Chip the other day. He didn't want to go for a walk, and for the first time ever, he growled at me, and he made that kind of vicious face the dogs make, where they look like they're about to bite you. But you know what? The thing about dogs, they forget that they were mad literally 30 seconds later. They're not like humans that hold a grudge for God knows how long. So take care. See you later. And by the way, I don't know why I have to say this. It's so stupid. But a couple of comments under my videos where people have accused me of reading off the screen. Look at my eyes. I mean, when you're reading, the eyes are going to go like this. You're going to see the eyes moving. Did you see my eyes moving throughout this? They're looking straight ahead. I don't read off the screen. That's so stupid. These trolls have to say something, But, I just want to point out, trolls that the people that are going to leave bad, let's say, statements under this video, feel free, because I don't read the comments. So, you're whistling in the wind, pal. I don't read any comments, good or bad. So take care. Have a good day.
Generation Iron 2.